What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. I'm trying to get that a little bit faster. I noticed, I go live earlier than I think that I go live earlier than I think that I do. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I am Alex, and we're here to talk about the week we just had. Well, we've had some dead days in this week. It's not been 5 enjoyable, meaty days, but we've had our fair share of things happen. From the Hogwarts Legacy AutoDesk presentation, we had Gotham Knights extravaganza, we had D23, Marvel Games is going to D23. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of big things, and then actually nothing else like small happened. It was a lot of like big stuff, Warner Bros. Imploding, things like that. So we're here to talk about kind of whatever you guys want to ask me. If there's any questions, anything like that, fire away. It's not like the normal. It's not like when I do the interviews. You don't have to do a super chat, although if you want to do a super chat, that's more than fine. But I read your comments normally in these live streams. You could just ask a question. I'm going to get to as many as humanly possible, and I'm going to do it all without drinking water or, re-energizing my throat. That's how talented I truly am. So I guess we can focus. Let's start on the non-Hogwarts stuff, and then if you guys want to get to the Hogwarts stuff, or we'll get there over time. We had Warner Bros. Just blowing up, right? Wow. I didn't think this would happen. I guess we kind of were warned of what was going to happen with Warner Bros. I guess with this merger, but that Zaslav, or however you say his name, just going in and just wrecking everything. My God. I was not ready for that. The Batgirl thing is quite something. It's divided. The opinion on it obviously is divided, but what are you going to do? I'm more interested in like the leaked 10-year plan. He said there's a 10-year plan, but then they leaked a 10-year plan, and it's like, oh my. Let's go. Hi, hello. Thanks for all your advice you gave on Twitter. How are you? Well, you're welcome. I'm free to give advice here as well if you if you need anything else. But no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm doing good. We went into our pool. We're in a condo, so they have a pool. We went in there for about an hour. It's very hot out. Brick Boy, thanks, man. Appreciate you a ton. You're the diehard supporter. I mean, you've been here forever, and I really do appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Zach, what's up? What do you think they were showing next for Gotham Knights? Okay, that's a good question. So, and because I've been asked, like, when's the next time we're going to see Gotham Knights for IGN first, I honestly think it's next week. I looked at the Sonic one, right? Because IGN's been doing those IGN firsts for a long time, very long time. I don't really pay attention to them too much, but like I've always kept up like on what the game is, and I see IGN. I actually don't go on IGN.com maybe more than once every 3 weeks just to see if I missed anything. I go there, but I guess what I learned from the Sonic thing is I believe they did, was it 6 videos or was it 8? Shoot, that's a big important thing. I think they did like 2 a week. They did like 2 videos a week for Sonic. And they did articles as well on their website, but so for Gotham Knights, it's not going to be literally daily. It's not like, well, how many weekdays are in? 23, I think, or in August? 5, 10, 15, 23. It's not going to be 23 days of videos, you know what I mean? Honestly, it'll probably be 6 or 7. So next week, I think Monday, Tuesday, one of those, they'll show something new. In terms of what that would be, they have to do villains. I mean, I would be shocked if you don't at some point. I think the Red Hood gameplay thing that they did with everybody else, like the 1.5 minute thing, I think that could definitely be one of the IGN first features. Beyond that, probably a look at like the skills / costumes like in action, or not even costumes, I guess like the gear. How they showed that in the gameplay for Nightwing and Red Hood. That I think they're gonna do. They'll do like an in-depth, like a 5, 6, 7 minute thing where they show you. They'll have the developers talk. So I do think we're gonna get that. I think we'll get some sort of villain thing. We should see open world gameplay. I literally mean title of that: Gotham Knights exclusive open world gameplay. And give us 5 minutes of just going around the city, showing the map. We got to see that. I guess I'm not saying what they're going to show next. I'm saying what I think they can show in all. But all of those things I would expect to see. So hopefully we get one of them. You know what I mean? If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. Hi, mate. When will we see the Red Hood trailer? Oh, yeah, I just said it. So hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Honestly, I think within the next week or two. I think they've gone every 3.5 weeks. So you have to just go back. I think is next week 3 weeks from when they showed Batgirl. It probably is, and I feel like it's got to be like one more week. No, because they did at the San Diego Comic-Con. That was like, was that 2 weeks ago? One more week. So probably not next week, but the week after is when they'll do Red Hood. That's my guess. That's my guess. Did you see the new Gotham Knights cutscene they released today? Yes, sir, I did. I like, and there's been divide over it. I liked it. There's something with, okay, so positives from it, right? I liked the voice acting. The voice acting in the Gotham Knights cutscene that premiered today is very good. It's one of the more solid things we've heard from them, so I definitely like that. Negative, I mean, the actual dialogue, like the writing, is not very good. And the writing I have now had problems with twice in a row because there's that, and there's also the Batgirl 16 minutes. I wasn't a huge fan of the writers, whoever wrote the game. And in fact, actually, I know a couple of them, not personally. We know who they are. Whoever's writing it, not very great. So I'm not a fan of the dialogue, but I am a fan of the acting. And then the visuals, like, I'm okay with the visuals. I know some people think it looks old, and it does not look like a 2022 game, like made for next gen, but it's not that. Also, this game probably should have come out 2 years ago, right? So I'm going to give it a little bit of slack for visuals because I think overall, even in like the open world and the character looks, I think they look fine. I would never give them like an award for like the visual look of the game, but it doesn't look like bad or awful in my opinion. It looks old, it looks older, but I don't know, like a Plague Tale doesn't look insane. Like the lighting looks insane, but the facial of people, I mean, not really. You know what I mean? So it's a game by game basis. I'm not playing Gotham Knights for the visual look, but I get it. I mean, you can still be critical on it, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's a tricky, because I've seen people that say like it looks absolutely awful. And so I get it. So I just want to be careful. Make sure. This is a good time to ask. If you guys like this stuff, leave a like, just a quick, hit the button. Helps the video out now, spread to more people, helps the video later. So if you haven't left a like yet, just take a couple seconds to do that. Do you know if we can glide with Robin in Gotham Knights like Batgirl? No. So the gliding is the unique thing to Batgirl. So every character has the grapple hook where you can grapple up. But the traversal, I always hate that word, getting from point A to point B, that's the unique thing from one person to the other. So Batgirl's is gliding. Is Red Hood's the one where he jumps into like thin air? So everybody's got their own. All four of them have their own movements, basically we can call them. How are you doing? Pretty good. This has been, like I said, this week has been big things, like maybe a couple big things every other day, and then the rest of the days have just been dead. I mean, it's been hard to create video ideas without not on the big stuff. Like I made videos on the big stuff, and then when I've kind of like, all right, what else can I create? It's been tough because there's not even smaller things that have happened. We're in the dog days of summer. It's there's not a lot going on gaming wise. And not only that, there's not a lot of gaming stuff even still coming. Like 2 Point Campus comes out on Tuesday. I saw like IGN's review for that game did awful number-wise, right? So it's like even it's like, oh my God, an upcoming game. So I think once we get into September, it'll start picking up. End of this month is Gamescom, which I'm very looking forward to. We'll live stream. Oh, hopefully. I got to check the times. But I expect to co-stream Gamescom. And so that should be a lot of fun. You guys, let me ask you. I'm gonna keep reading your. Oh God, I'm gonna keep reading your comments. But do you like? Do you notice anything different about my face? Not my hair, but I made like the outline, the one I've been doing on some of my videos, the blue outline. I personally like it, and I also have like spotlights on me, like the ring lights that aren't rings; they're squares. Actually, they're more rectangular. Do you like that? I can't see now. I just looked in it. But I feel like I'm lit up and the back isn't lit up as much, which is kind of like what YouTubers do, right? That's kind of like the cool thing. I'm still young. I can be cool. What do you think of Gotham Knights? It looks way better than it did 3 to 4 months ago. Right with you. My honest thoughts on Gotham Knights is I by the way, this is what happens when I read every comment. I fall so far behind. So just bear with me. We'll get to everything. Just keep watching, keep hitting that like button. Honestly, no, my opinion on Gotham Knights, and actually I made a video. It'll go up tomorrow talking kind of actually about that question. I've always been like, it's a game coming out that I'm excited about, like, because I like the brand, like DC, but it's not a game I'm like super pumped for. You know what I mean? Like, it's never been a top game, anticipated game for me. Like, Hogwarts has always been, God of War, even like a Plague Tale, I've always been excited for it. Trying to think, Callisto Protocol. I think Gotham Knights is maybe with Callisto, but you know what I mean? So it's not a game I'm like jumping up and down for. I cannot wait. I know it is for some people. It just hasn't been for me. Over the last 2 months, I think they've done a much better job of making it more exciting. I am definitely more excited now than 3 months ago, if you asked me 3 months ago. So, and that's my honest. I still have concerns. I don't think it's going to be game of the year. I think it's going to be kind of a solid game that's not amazing. I think it's going to disappoint a lot of people, but I don't think it's going to be bad. And I've thought that for a while, and I still kind of do think that, and that's just me. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a bad thing. Finally, just a regular-ish live stream. Yeah, honestly, Parker, like I've like a couple days ago, I was sitting, when I shower, I tend to run through, ideas and stuff. I mean, I want to do more live streams, and with your guys' support, I mean, these are great numbers, and I want to do these kind of streams more. But I also do want to do like the interview ones. I'm thinking of ideas for like doing live streams specifically for like Gotham Knights as we get closer, like maybe a weekly show for Gotham Knights. I mean, I have ideas. The issue is trying to make it all work. I also try to do the videos. Then it's also like, we'll do the live streams, do better or worse than the videos. So should I just do videos instead of the live streams? You know what I mean? But I've even thought of live streaming playing God of War 2018 before God of War Ragnarok comes out. But I don't know like if I should do that, where I should do that. But I have lots of ideas. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I'm a little lost sometimes in my head. Do you think Warner Bros. Had their back pushed against the wall with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Maybe they had to make a big decision with which game to release this year. Well, I think Gotham. I truly believe Gotham Knights was supposed to come out like at least a full year ago. You know what I mean? Like at least. So I think the plan all along was to truly, in order, and I don't know, like I get what you're saying. I don't know yearly, but I think the plan was to go in order: Gotham Knights, then Hogwarts, then Suicide Squad. That's what I think the order was supposed to be. And it still is. It still is. It's just, I think it's closer than they thought, and it's also a lot later than they thought it was going to be. So yeah, I don't know how they got to Gotham Knights though, right? Because they kept canceling games, and who canceled them? Well, obviously people above them. And then who gave them the idea to do Gotham Knights? Who gave Rocksteady the idea to do Suicide Squad? Was it somebody in there? You know what I mean? I don't know. Which video game are you most looking forward to? I think I said that. So Hogwarts. Hogwarts since the day it's been announced has been, and there's been others like Horizon. I was super into Fable. If you want to go Xbox, Fable. I cannot wait for Fable, even though we know nothing about it. Starfield, I'm excited for. I wouldn't put that like in elite territory, but Hogwarts has always been number one. God of War Ragnarok would probably be number two pretty easily. I was really excited for Horizon. I was really excited for Sifu and Kena Bridge of Spirits, which was last year. I'm really excited for Plague Tale. That would probably be in like a top 5 easily right now. What else? Definitely Callisto Protocol. If you want to go in the future, Wonder Woman would probably make a top 5, like the Monolith Wonder Woman game. The BioShock game that we know nothing about, but it's real. That would be one. A lot. I mean, but I play more games than 95% of people on planet Earth, right? So, I mean, I have a bigger range of games that I'm looking forward to. Love your content, man. Keeping me up to date with Hogwarts Legacy is much appreciated. Thank you. I've been on a roll. I've been feeling good. And the Hogwarts videos have been doing well. Somebody messaged me on, is he here? I don't want to get the name wrong. Jesus. I don't want to like assume they're not here and then they are here and they're like, Alex, I'm right here. Somebody messaged me a pretty interesting Hogwarts conversation video that I'll do for next week. So that should be fun. So yeah, I'm feeling good. We got a lot. And honestly, and I've said this before, we haven't really hit our stride with Hogwarts yet. Like maybe some people think, and I've done like 165 videos on Hogwarts Legacy, But I mean, once the game gets close, because I've done it for other games, like I'm more than capable of a video a day on whatever the news is of that day. I've done it for Batman, Arkham, and then it turned into Gotham Knights. I've done it for Scream. When the Scream movie came out, I was doing videos daily for, I think, like 30 to 35 days. Now, sure, that gets people upset that aren't into it, but I also do other stuff. So every day there could be a Hogwarts video, and then there's 2 other videos for everybody else. But, aside from that, we haven't really hit our stride because we still have months to go. And then when the game, as we get closer, it's going to be like daily stuff it'll be small things and then maybe some big things, but it'll be small things. And I'm excited. And it's not milking it, for the love of God. Please don't think that. It's what I do. It's what I've always done. It's just who I am. But I'm really excited to do that. And for all these games, like God of War, I'm going to cover a ton. Hogwarts, I'm going to cover a ton. Gotham Knights, I'm going to cover a ton. And then once we get into next year, Scream, you'll see Scream 6 stuff quite often. But like I said, I have different ideas. I do like the idea of like a weekly show where I talk about just one thing, like a Gotham Knights. Because I've done the interviews for Hogwarts Legacy, or then for Scream, I've done things with Scream creators. So, I got some ideas. We just have to see how they all... I'm a variety channel. YouTube hates me because it doesn't really understand the channel I am, which is understandable, I guess. So, it's literally shooting wide. Like, you close your eyes, take a shot, and see if you hit the target. That's how it is. And so maybe some things would work for me, and maybe some things wouldn't. But I really do like the idea, by the way, of potentially... I know I said this, I'm like 500 hours behind on the chat. But if you guys would like to see like a God of War thing, let me know. Let me know if you want to see. Maybe I could play God of War 2018. I would definitely want to replay it. I've only played it once. All right, I'm going to try to rifle through. Red Hood trailer. That's what I said. So, like, next week. If you mean, like, an extended thing, I don't know. I feel like they'll eventually highlight him again in some way. But if you mean, like, the minute and a half, I think not this upcoming week, but the week after. Jeremy, what's up? I can't wait for the Red Hood trailer to drop. Agreed. It's been a while since a live stream. What's up? Thank you. Well, I've done a lot of them. It's just I've done specific ones, which I get it. They don't appeal. I did big Scream ones back a couple months ago, and you guys weren't there. Other people were there, right? It's definitely I don't know. How would a meet and greet work with me? There'd be people of all different backgrounds. They're like, I hate you for most of the stuff you do, but I like your Gotham Knights stuff. I hate you for all your stuff, but I watch your Hogwarts stuff. Like, you'd have so many of those people. It'd be pretty funny, I think. Hey, Alex. Hey, Daniel. Honestly, I thought God of War Ragnarok would be one of the most anticipated game, but we have gotten, like, zero info on it. Yeah, that's true. Should we be concerned? In a way, I think we should be concerned because Sony is treating Ragnarok very differently than most first-party games they've ever had. But it's like I do have so much trust in them. Yet again, trust really bit me in the backside, in the behind when it came to Last of Us Part 2. So, only from story. And I've said that before. I really like The Last of Us Part 2 in every way except for narrative decisions. So I really trusted Naughty Dog up until that point. I guess what I just said is like I trust Santa Monica, but it's like anybody's capable of messing up once, at least one. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I hope there's nothing to be concerned about. I want to see new villains. Me too. Do you know if we can glide with Robin like Batgirl? No, we cannot. And can we counter enemy attacks? Yes. I believe they just were purposely not pressing the button is what they said. There is a counter, though. Yes, open world gameplay. First time watching. Happy to be here. Thank you. Well, now you know. Like, I read your comment. You probably left that like 20 minutes ago. but thank you. And some Robin gameplay. Agreed. Robin has been the most underutilized shown character of the 4. By a lot. So hopefully we get him next. Hey, Alex, can't wait for Gotham Knights. Logan, what's up, buddy? Me neither. Who's going to play with me? The issue is, I believe it's not cross-platform to play Gotham Knights, so only if you have the specific consoles. I don't know what I'm going to be getting on yet. It could be PlayStation. So if it's PlayStation, I lose the Xbox people and vice versa. So that does suck. They should really do cross-play. When do you think we'll get a release date for Hogwarts Legacy? Before the end of September. That's my cop-out answer. Before the end of September. The more specific answer would be a PlayStation event. So like a showcase. how much in depth do you expect Gotham Knights to go into the different factions of Gotham? A good amount, because they still have to unlock the freaking website, right? So it has to be quite a bit. By quite a bit, I only mean like a couple minutes. You can tell people a lot in a couple minutes, you know what I mean, and also show them. I like the idea of showing, not telling. So, and that's kind of a thing games, movies, they should be doing. Show, not tell. That's like a saying for them that many don't follow. You could do a lot in a 5-minute gameplay thing where you open world. You're going around and you say, hey, this faction controls this area of Gotham. Let's go invade a rooftop and take them out. And here's what you get for taking them out. And here's what the faction is. And you can see the enemy types because we're fighting them. Like, you can do all of that without even really saying it in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's what I hope to see eventually. Two-Face Court of Owls. I don't know if I need Two-Face, to be flat out honest with you. The Court of Owls, I think there's a lot of potential. Two-Face, if he's in the game, he's in the game. But if you're not having Joker in the game, I really don't see why you need to have Two-Face in the game. You know what I mean? Some of the coverage shown so far for Gotham Knights has been pretty good. It makes me a bit excited. Agreed. Gameplay is greater than story and graphics. Yeah, gameplay is king. I've always, like, again, it's not really a cop-out. So if a game has really great gameplay, it's easier to get through it, even if it's got bad everything else. If the game has an amazing story/characters, but the gameplay sucks, I'll still get through it, but it is indeed, I would agree with you, it is harder to get through the game if only the story and characters are good and the gameplay is not good, right? Does that make sense? Graphics are honestly the last one I can get through. If the game doesn't look good, but it's incredibly fun, you play it. If the game doesn't look good, but the story and characters are awesome, it doesn't, you know what I mean? And in fact, that's like most games of the last 20 years that don't age well, right? Games that don't age well, they still have good stories and characters, they just don't look good. And so, you know what I mean? That makes sense. What's up, podcast? Hello. I don't know why Gotham Knights is next gen only. It doesn't look that impressive. Oh no. Oh, and I said that on Twitter. Oh, that maybe made me look stupid. So to be flat out honest with you, I forgot that it dropped last gen. I'll be flat out honest with you. I covered it. I knew it. I forgot. Wow. It definitely looks like a PS4, Xbox One game. And I guess it's only on next gen. Well, it doesn't look next gen. I'll give people that as a complaint. That's a very valid complaint. I don't think that's wrong. Who will you be in it, I assume? Batgirl. Do you think we will get live action suits? I hope so. I hope they keep it going, you know what I mean, with stuff. From what I've seen so far, Gotham Knights doesn't look good in terms of graphics, gameplay, and writing. It needs 2 extra years of development. Well, if it got 2 extra years of development, though, you wouldn't be able to improve the visuals all that much with that time. That's just because of you have to go in with the visuals kind of almost first. So I know you can like up res or upheave everything to make the visuals. I just don't think that would help them. I think if you think everything's really bad about it, it wouldn't. That's what I would say too. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like Gotham Knights, I would totally respect you. The thing is, and I think this is honestly the case with anybody who says that about anything. Again, this is not an attack. This is just what I've noticed. If you think the game has major issues kind of everywhere, no amount of years is going to fix that. Just have the game come out. And then if it fails, it fails. If it does well, it does well. You know what I mean? It's different than like a Cyberpunk. Like Cyberpunk, given 2 extra years, could have been, but you can tell that was, you can see it in the game where it's like, oh, all they needed was a little bit more time and it would have been fine. You know what I mean? Whereas if you think there's core problems with Gotham Knights, which is fine if you do. If you think there's core problems, or any game, if you think there's core problems with Hogwarts Legacy, you could give it 5 years to keep polishing. It would never be fixed because you need to recreate. You need to start again, right? So in that case, release the game, suffer the consequences, or reap the benefits, and then make the sequel, don't make the sequel, make a new game, and that's how you would start over from scratch. Does that make sense? That's what I would say to anybody. I'm so far behind. Hogwarts Legacy leaks. Thank you, buddy. I bet more gameplay from Hogwarts Legacy next week. I don't know. I don't know about next week. How much you want to bet? I'm just kidding. We don't need to bet. There's no need. The key air lights looks great. Thank you. I don't know what they are. My parents, they're literally like, well, you know how like YouTubers or TikTokers or whatever have like the ring, like the actual ring light. It is definitely the exact same thing, just rectangular, and they're like squares, and you can screw them into stands. And then I've placed them. I actually do have a ring light that can stand, but I don't know. I had to debate, like, does the light shine at me or should the line shine behind me? But you can see behind me. There's no, like, stand. There's nowhere for me to put the lights because there's nothing behind me. So it's a me problem. It's a YouTube problem. I asked you this before when you had been on, but you didn't really get the chance to answer. I'm sorry. What type of side activities do you think we'll have in Hogwarts while in the open world? All right, let's nail them. Side activities. Okay, so I think riding things, like races / obstacle things with anything ridden. So a hippogriff or a broomstick, like racing. Okay, like in some games, there's horse racing, broom racing, or animal racing. So you have that, or creature, whatever if you want to be specific, right? So I think that. I think side activities. I'd hope for something like Wizard's Chess because I like the idea of that. Maybe something like, well, layers. Layers are side things. Does that make sense? Does that count? So like layers are going like in caves or something and battling like a layer of enemies. That would be a side activity. Maybe like studying, like going into the library and reading, something like that. There's 4. That's pretty okay, right? On the fly, no thoughts put into it. I think that's pretty okay. It looks nice outline with the blue darkish. Thank you. Thank you. You do look bright and shiny. Thank you. Oh, I really need these compliments. Oh, nice. I do like the blue box around the screen. Thank you. I'll appreciate looking at you when you buzz your head. You look cool. Eventually I will, but you gotta let me ride out the last couple golden years. You gotta let me ride it out. I can't wait for Gotham Knights and God of War. Same. Luke Goldwater thinks Gotham Knights will be a flop. Who's Luke Goldwater? Should I know who that is? Will it be a flop? Well, a flop is all dependent. A flop is dependent on what you think the expectation. Well, okay, a flop only means something to them, to Warner Bros. Montreal or WB. Doesn't mean it to us. A flop is only a flop if it doesn't do well for their expectations. The issue is games historically don't really say their sales all that much, and games even more historically do not tell you the budget of games. You can infer the budget of Gotham Knights probably around, you look at a big open world game, you look at what Sony's talked about, you look at what Microsoft's talked about, it probably took anywhere between $60 and $100 million. 60 to 100 mil to make Gotham Knights. The issue is, and that's not, I think it'll make the money back. The issue that I've always said, and I will stand true to this, they haven't made anything since Origins. Their fault or not, like it or not, they haven't made anything since Origins. So do they look at it where they need to recoup 9 years of development time of, because like when they're making a game that gets canceled, say like a year in, they still paid everybody that year. The studio is still running. They have the contracts with everything that they're using. You have the resources or computers and monitors, and then you have the employees. They're spending a lot of money, and the game never happened. And so you wasted all that money. So do they need Gotham Knights to make up 9 years of them sitting there not making a game? And I'm saying that lightly. Like, obviously they were. It's not like they were sitting there doing nothing, right? But you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that would be a flop. Yeah, there's no way it would make that money. But could it make the money back, simply the money it took to make the game? Could it make that money back and then some? Yes, and I think it will. Easily. Same thing with Hogwarts. Easily it'll make the money back. So that would be my answer. But I don't know who Luke Goldwater is. Hopefully he is somebody important, just somebody I don't know. Can't wait for Callisto Protocol. Same. I'm hyped for Spider-Man PC. Haven't played the game yet, but now can. Sweet. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Next Friday, 1 week today. I'm excited. I'm not gonna get it. At least I don't think I am right now. But that's a big one. Like this upcoming week should be big. 2 Point Campus. I am so excited. I know nobody else is, but I know there's a couple actually. 2 Point Campus is a game that comes out on Tuesday that I'm very excited to play. And then Friday is Spider-Man. And that's big. That's a big week. And then I think, let's see, 2 weeks later is Saints Row. 3 weeks later, Saints Row and Soul Hackers 2, which is from Atlas. And then 3 weeks later is Destroy All Humans 2. And then a few days after that is The Last of Us Part 1, or Last of Us Remake. So it's going to get there. I mean, this past week was the last dead week, I believe. Because next week you got 2 games. Week after, well, it's dead. All right, there's the week that's dead. But then the week that Saints Row comes out is also Gamescom, Jeff. So that's going to be like new game announcements and things that we already have seen, games we have seen, new stuff on them. So that the second to last week of August is going to be a big week for gaming, which I'm very happy about. And then the week after that, Destroy All Humans, Last of Us, and we're into September, and we're off to the races. Sony event, D23 in September. Release date for Hogwarts has got to be. Games that release in September, movies that, there's a lot. I don't really count TV shows. Better Call Saul ends soon. That's sad. Oh, Luke Goldwater is here. Oh, no. Well, I answered the question very fairly. But what's with the hate? We don't need to hate. I don't agree with other people's opinions. I make my own, just like with Elden Ring. I hated it. It was the most loved game of the year. Hopefully I have, I think I've done this. Hopefully I am cultivating a group of people that respect others' opinions, even if they could care less about them or don't believe them. That's how I go about life. And that's hopefully, and I put that in all of my videos, you can disagree with me, and I could either care less and or I respect you. I guess I respect everybody. But you can disagree with me, and it literally doesn't matter as long as you respect my opinion. I've had somebody like a week ago that commented to me like an insult, and then I commented, back. And then and I was like, well, you broke my number one rule. Like, I don't care if you disagree with me because that was the whole point. He didn't like what I said. You can not like everything I say, and I'm fine with that as long as you respect me, and I'll respect you. But if you break that rule and you say, well, now I'm going to start insulting or name-calling or whatever, well, now you broke the rule. Now it's not really productive. It's not a productive conversation, so get lost. Now, I don't need that. I don't spend time on that. So that's hopefully, and I've noticed it. I mean, a lot of the audience, Scream audience, Hogwarts audience, Gotham Knights, general audience in comments, a lot of you guys are very respectful of others, even if you don't agree. And I talk about so many things. I don't make it easy on you, and I don't make it easy on me because we talk about so many different topics. Of course, 2 Point Campus is not going to be for everybody, or Last of Us is not going to be for everybody. Or like, you know what I mean? Of course, it's going to happen because you may come for one thing and not like 10 other things I talk about. That's fine as long as you respect it. Then I could care less. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's an aside. But you guys, I think, get that. Hopefully. Don't make me get in that chat. Well, there's back and forth. Elden Ring, most overrated game in a long time. I don't think it's, I don't know. It's really just what From Software did bigger in an open world, and it sold really well. The sales, I think, have made it overrated because it's like one of the best-selling things, and then you have the debate, did it deserve to be the best-selling, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Sup, everybody. What other villains do you think will be in Gotham Knights? Like I've said, I want Firefly. I think that'd be a cool one. I want Killer Croc. I think that would be a cool one. I'd like either a Calendar Man or a Clock King. I think that would be fun. Obviously, the Court of Owls are already in it. I could do without, Penguin is in it. I could do without Two-Face. I don't need Poison Ivy, but if you have Harley, I find it hard to believe you wouldn't also have Poison Ivy. So them. I want Hush. I've said that before. I think Hush should be really cool emotionally because of the face, right? So I think that would be kind of fun. Can you sing us a song? No, I have a horrible voice. I play the guitar, though. I play the guitar. Have you done a top 10 franchise you would love to see become a Lego game? I have not, but I did do the Multiverses video you wanted me to do, and I had a lot of fun doing it, actually, so thank you, Nick. But I haven't done the Lego one. I should. That'd be a fun one. Let me write it down. That's a fun one. Lego. It would be a lot of reoccurring ones that's already happened. Lego franchises. Like I'd want them to finish Pirates, but there's only been one new movie since they made the Pirates one, so that's like pointless. You know what I mean? Hated Far Cry 6, but loved Far Cry 5. I think Far Cry 5 is kind of mixed, I think, in overall. I did notice the donation. Hopefully I'm still catching up here. Will you post Gotham Knights daily in October? Yes. I would assume so. The issue with October, of course, is there's like 500 games coming out in October, and so there'll be a lot to cover. Maybe you'll see 4 videos a day from me in October. Hopefully not. No, my wife won't let me do that. If Avalanche does well and succeeds beyond sales numbers, do you think they could get any other potential properties? I think those. I mean, yes. I mean, I would like to see them, of course, do other things because of like their talent level. But I think they would be stuck on. Because I don't say that as like a bad thing, but it maybe sounds bad, right? I think they'd be stuck on Hogwarts Legacy for a long time. Like they would probably do a trilogy. It's unless they're like they can do like Guerrilla with Horizon, where it's like they're not popular, they were successful, and so they were able to continue doing Horizon. They're going to make the trilogy, and then you could open up more than one team there. So I could see Avalanche expanding into 2 different teams if it does super well. Totally. That would be the smart thing to do. Please do a God of War playthrough. Am I still back on that? I'm not saying that as a disrespect to you, Zach. I'm saying, like, am I so far behind that that's when I ask people? Let me ask one more time. Do you guys want to see me play God of War 2018 before Ragnarok? Let me know. We have 1. Zach said yes. Would be great to see Red Hood, every other slasher movie coming out over Scream 6. Well, that's your opinion. Do you reckon Joker will be in it for Gotham Knights? I'll believe them that he's not. I will believe them. Did you hear about EA making an Iron Man game? I did. I made a video on it. I don't think The Last of Us is a mess up. And that's fine. That's fine. And I don't think it is from every aspect besides the story. That's it. That's it. But to some, it's not a mess up. So you also have that. You know what I mean? That's totally cool. That's what happens when you have differences of opinions. What are you expecting from Spider-Man 2 the next time we see it? Oh, boy. So Spider-Man 2, okay, the next time we see it, well, I don't think we're at the point of showing gameplay. I think we need like another full-length trailer, but full-length. So I think like if it showed up at the PlayStation Showcase or even like Game Awards or whatever, I say like a 2.5 minute trailer, like a really deep one that probably expands a little bit. Like I guess we kind of understand the story a little, but not really, right? So something like that. And then as you go into 2023, then we could get a lot of like obviously I think we'd get gameplay before June because of the game. Depends on, I guess, when the game comes out. If you expect the game out in September, you don't have the fall to build into it, right? You only have you have the summer, and that's the final push. Is not like this time next year is the final push for Spider-Man because then the game would come out in like 4 or 5 weeks, or maybe it doesn't do that. Now I think, oh god, oh no, I moved my light. The shadows are going to be all off. It's weight. It's weight distribution is the issue. It depends on when they release it, though, right? Because obviously, I think they like September in general, because also with The Last of Us Part 1. I think not even just Insomniac. I think Sony likes September to release games in September, which is odd because you'd think they would like releasing games in November. I guess they do because of God of War. That's pretty strategic, in my opinion. But I think they try to get Spider-Man. Oh, but I already said it. What we would get, a trailer. Just a trailer. And then we would get gameplay and all that stuff early. I'm talking February, March, April next year. So that'll be fun, I think. Story-wise, yes. Everything else, no. How was it? Hello. Do you reckon... There's so many questions that aren't real questions, so I'm just going to skip them. Oh, no, we had the bot here. Oh, this is the problem with me not... Oh, no. This is the problem with me not being up on things. All right, I got to catch up. I'm going to try to catch up here. Why is it a mess up story-wise? Well, I don't like what they did with Abby. I don't like what they did with Joel. So stuff like that. Do you think we should get a Red Hood versus Deathstroke fight? That'd be fun. That'd be fun. The issue is it wouldn't just be Red Hood, right? Because it could be anybody. I think a lot of gamers are underestimating Hogwarts Legacy in comparison to God of War. God of War has some great games, but it doesn't secure it to be a great game. Time will always tell. That's fair. But we also don't know about Hogwarts. We could be overhyping. And that's just playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean? I'm not going after you. I get that. And again, it's the same thing for like The Last of Us. Like, just because you've had a string of success doesn't mean you're guaranteed. It doesn't mean God of War Ragnarok is guaranteed to be the best thing ever. You just have an okay idea, I think, of what you're dealing with. Again, to be fair, in a devil's advocate way for Hogwarts, we don't really know. I mean, Hogwarts could come out and it could be disappointing. It could be half full. It could be a very short game. It could be lacking thing. Like, we don't know. It's the first time they've done something like this. So for all the credit I give them, it's far from a guarantee that Hogwarts Legacy is going to be like the best thing ever, right? I want it to be. And I believe in their work ethic and that they're trying, but it doesn't have to be good. You know what I mean? Did you see the recent video on the Gotham Knights social media page? Yes. It sucks that the animations are so stiff and not organic. Yeah, that's fair. I focus more on like the faces kind of just being like flat. The faces are very like Uncharted 3 faces to me. Does that make sense? Like where they look good, but like obviously they're not going to age well, and obviously for Gotham Knights maybe it doesn't age well right now. That's how I look at the faces. They look like very not recent. But again, like, and a thing I said to somebody on Twitter, I don't want to be too hard on them. And you can be, it's fine. I don't want to be too hard on them though. Like focusing too much on visuals, because like Arkham Origins was a phenomenal looking game when it came out, and it still looks good right now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what to blame for. I do agree the visuals do not look like 2022 next gen game only visuals, right? I think we can all agree that's not what that looks like. But like, who do we blame for that? I don't know. You could blame the talent, you could blame time or resources or whatever, but I can go back and I can say, well, Arkham Origins looked really good when it came out. So like they were talented with visuals at some point, and then what happened? I don't know. Right? It's a mystery. Do you have any predictions for D23? I hope for the Pirates movie, any Pirates movie, even the Margot Robbie one, because I can at least take it down, and that would be fun for videos. So Pirates, I think they'll announce the cast for Fantastic Four. That'll be my, like, big one. I think they'll announce the cast for Fantastic Four for Marvel. Games, I think we see, like, Midnight Suns. Maybe we see Spider-Man 2, but, again, I really don't think so. But I hope we do. Star Wars, maybe a full trailer for Ahsoka and or Mandalorian. I think they have to do probably both, or at least Mandalorian, because that one comes out first. So definitely that. Yeah. I think those are pretty solid predictions, don't you think? Do you think Gotham Knights not being a part of the Arkhamverse is a risk that shouldn't have been made? I think it would have made more sense to swap the games that the Rocksteady and WB Montreal are making. Like, I think Montreal should have kept it in the Arkhamverse, and Rocksteady should have left it. Does that make sense? I'm not saying it's the... I'm fine with what each of them are doing. I just wonder in the multiverse what it would be like if they swapped. Because maybe you're right. Maybe it does hurt one and help the other. Maybe it doesn't, right? So I'd like to kind of see from a player's standpoint in a multiverse, what would it be like if Rocksteady came out and said, we're leaving? And then Warner Bros. Montreal came out and said, we're going to actually continue because, we did Origins, but we're going to stick with Rocksteady with what they did in the present time of Batman. We're sticking in that for Gotham Knights. I'd like to see that. But I'm not mad at either of them for either of those decisions. I never have been. You can go back. Patrick Redding and Fleur Marty are good, and Jeff Eleanor. Yeah, Jeff seems good. Patrick has been a part, and I think Fleur, same. Patrick Redding has been around a while in a lot of other places, so he's good. Oh, no bots. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not looking for... Oh, I am. Resident Evil 4 remake? Yes, I am. Hey, Alex. Alex here. Oh, my God. Any thoughts on friendships in Hogwarts? They've confirmed they can grow and learn about their stories, but what more can we expect? What about the missing Ravenclaw friend? Okay, so I said this on the Benjamin Snow live stream. We talked a little bit about friends. So I think for friends, they're not going to be romantic. It's literally going to be like a quest line that you will play with the different friends in Hogwarts. So you'll have a friend, and then you'll do 2 hours worth of missions with them, and you can take them on missions with you maybe, but that's as far as it'll go. I don't think there'll be like romance or kissing or anything like that. That's what I think. And the missing Ravenclaw one is weird. I think it's weird. Like, it's fine, but it's weird that they left one out on purpose. And so I assume we see that person eventually, right? Hopefully. There's what? Isn't there? There's 2 girls and 1 boy, so maybe you make it even and you do another boy? I don't know. Will we be able to ride a Griffin in Hogwarts? I imagine there's going to be... I don't want to say a customization because that's not exactly it. I assume there'll be like choices in what you can ride. So possibly. Would you like to have the ability to create your own spells? Oh man, no. Only because I don't know. That would mess I think too much up with lore. You know what I mean? I think it would just be safe, and they are sticking with established things. So I think just to be like, would I want it? Yeah, I think it would be kind of fun. Maybe not for this game, though, that's sticking so... Like, if you have a game that doesn't care about lore and stuff, then go crazy. You know what I mean? That's fine. Like, that game can exist, and hopefully we could get that game. But I think for this game, they probably won't do that. I hope we could go and study to get better. Yeah. Do you think we will come across a big snake? I think I say no. I think I said no, like, 2 years ago I made a video on that. On a snake. I'll say no, but it's possible. I'd love a Batman Arkham Origins remaster. Same. What side activities for Gotham Knights? All crimes. My guess is crimes at random times. Yes. I think crimes, some detective stuff, and then, the side stuff for Gotham Knights is the side villains. So Mr. Freeze is a side activity because it's a side quest. So I would count that. So any side villains that they announce are all side things to do in the game. Oh no, the bot's back. God damn it. And they just come back with a different name. That's how these bots do it. Yeah, the mods on Spider-Man on PC should be amazing. Soul Hackers, that sounds cool. The only reason I'm interested in Soul Hackers is it comes from Atlas. And I've been a fan of Atlas for a while, but obviously with my really newfound love of Persona... Like, I played Persona 4 Golden way back in the day, but then 5, if you haven't played Persona 5, you're missing out. You truly are. And then Persona 5 Strikers is so good. So I'm all in for a lot of things. Atlas. I loved Catherine. They made Catherine back in the day, which is one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. I'm not even going to say that. It's one of the best games ever made, period. It doesn't matter whose opinion it is. And so yeah, so I'm only in. I never played the first one. It's Soul Hackers 2 that's coming out. I've never played Soul Hackers. Gotham Knights has no business being a next gen only game. Very fair. Don't get the Last of Us remake. I never said I would. I said it's coming out. I was very. I knew. I don't know. Flat out honest. I don't know if I'm getting it. Okay. I don't know if I'm getting the Last of Us remake. But when I was talking about the releases, I did not say I was getting it. I said they're games that are coming out. Alex, what is up? That's 4 of the last 7 streams I'm here for. Keep a chart. You need to take a picture for me and send it on. You need to have like a whiteboard where you say like Alex's streams and you have like X's when you miss one, or like a frowny face. You could do a frowny and a smiley face, magnets or something. And then I want you to take a picture. I'm just kidding. Glad you're here. Go watch Better Call Saul so we can talk about it. Pumped for Gotham and intrigued, hopeful for Saints Row. I you know how I do, this is for anybody, not just Alex. I do my series where I say why I'm buying or why I'm getting or why I'm not getting a game. So anytime I don't make the video why I'm getting, the why I'm getting videos do very well. I'm very proud of it as a series. I think it's different than most preview series out there, and I feel like it's an original thing, and I'm going to pat myself on the back for it. However, those get a lot of love, and people, I think, like it, and people like leave likes and stuff. I've made some videos when I'm unsure. I'll say, I'm very unsure about blank game. And I've only made maybe 5 games in that category in the last 2 years. Most games I say why I'm buying, why I'm getting 2 Point Campus, and you should too, right? So I do that, and then some of them I'll say why I'm very unsure about 2 Point Campus. The why I'm unsure about ones, people are so mixed. I get a lot of dislikes. I get a lot of people that don't like me. And I'm simply asking the question. I guess I'm asking the question, or I'm literally unsure about it. You know, long story, even longer. I'm gonna do it on Saints Row this upcoming week. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bloodbath. I'm gonna simply call it why I'm very unsure about Saints Row. It's gonna get views and it's gonna get dislikes, and I can promise you both those things. So that's just a rant. It doesn't change any of your lives. Unless, of course, you want to watch it and leave a like. That would, of course, be helpful. But it doesn't change your lives in any meaningful way. Can Alex go faster? No. Can you go slower? That would be my response. What's your thoughts? I didn't watch the Scarlet and Violet new trailer. I saw it came out. I never watched it. I'm not I like Pokemon, but my wife and my daughter play it. So, like, when that comes out, we're going to get both. We'll get Scarlet and Violet. They'll play it. I'll watch it for an unknown amount of time from both of them, most likely, and that'll be my experience with Pokemon. It's been that way for 4.5 years. I don't expect it to change. Also on Reddit, I've been seeing people hoping for a bully-type experience with the way classes work with Hogwarts, like wanting a schedule and such. Schedule? No, I don't think it's going to be very, like, strict, like, very static schedule, so I'll say no. I'll say it's more quest-like. In how I would like a schedule, I think, but I don't think they'll do it. Does that make sense? Still going to go get Gotham Knights though. Looks fun. Just wish it was coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, so I don't have to spend $70. Oh, I'm with you. I don't want to spend $70 on anything. Rizzo, what's up? People need to stop crying about little kids about the game prices for new games. Yes and no. I think how people approach it needs to change. How you spend your money, and I've said this before, how you spend your money is different than how I spend my money. And really, neither of us could, we can suggest things to each other, but I mean, I have no place to tell you how to spend your money. Why would I ever? It's your money, right? So if people want to say, I'm not spending $70 on this game, I would spend $50. There's like a right way and a wrong way to respond to that, I think, right? Because it's like, oh, you're complaining, like games are $70, get over it. Yes, I guess there's a part of me that's like, well, that's, I guess, understandable to respond like that. But there's also a place to respond where it's like, that's fine. Like a game's value is a value to you. Gotham Knights could be worth $40 to you, and it could be worth $100 to... Actually, a good example is this. Life is Strange, the first Life is Strange game. If you bought it as a season pass all the way back in 2015, we're talking years ago, you paid $20 for the 5 episodes. Then it came out in a box set, and it came out with a soundtrack, and I bought it because it's one of my favorite games of all time. So I support it, and I bought it. That was $40. So actually, I spent $60, and I've said... I would spend over $100 to play Life is Strange 1. I'd spend over $100 to play Uncharted 4. Like, the games you super care about, there really is no cap to how much. Now, how ethical is it for the company to price certain games at certain price? That's separate, right? But I think it's like I'd pay $150 to play Uncharted 4. You may spend $20, but that's fine. You're not a crybaby for it. You're not. You know what I mean? It's tough though. It's tough because I do understand the idea of like, well, why can't games be free? A game for my value is $0. Well, all right, but I mean, companies need to make money. So again, there's a point to where it's like, when people say, "Oh, that's too expensive," or they priced it too high. Well, but that's the way that it is. But I also do understand your money is your money. I just don't think people word it right. People should just say, this game is a $30 game in my eyes. I'm not telling them to price it at $30 because I know that doesn't make sense. It's worth $30 to me. It's priced at $60, but I would never pay it. I'll pay $30. And then the response to that would be, that's totally cool because it is $60, but you can buy it on sale in a year and you can get it for your price. I'll buy it day one and I'll pay full price. So that's my response. Very long, and this is how I get sidetracked. Did you see the Nightwing and Batgirl cutscene that dropped an hour ago? I did. I tweeted it. Follow me on Twitter, podcastnow15. Not just you, Angel, anybody. But I did see it. It was fine. Thoughts on it. It was fine. I liked it overall. I liked the voice acting. Not a big fan of the dialogue, the actual words that they were saying. And then animations, it looked fine. It doesn't look next gen. I'd like to see more of those kind of cutscenes, though. I would say that. I want to see them bond. I like that. So, yeah. Hello, Raptor ZZZ. What about Killer Moth? Oh, that would be fun. Rat Catcher would be fun. I did see the cutscene. I guess I won't answer the cutscene one, right? Because I just did. Oh, the bots are back. God. I don't have mods, and I don't want any. So that's really kind of pointless. Why did I even say that? Mods would help, but I don't want any. You may have already covered it, but how long do you think Hogwarts Legacy will be? So I think the main story of Hogwarts will be at least 25 hours. And then I think everything else will be another at least 25. So I'm hoping for 50 with everything. At least 50 with doing everything. If it's less, I'd be shocked. Hello, I just joined. What is happening? Hello there. I love it. Nothing's really happening, just me ranting. Will we have another Batman game after Gotham Knights? Like Batman as the lead? Yeah, I think we'll get I don't think it'll be the next game, but I think we will eventually go back to a Batman game by somebody. Sure, play God of War. Sure, you can play God of War. It's more, you guys are more saying it like, well, if you want. Like it's more like, well, stop complaining about it. Just play it then. I meant like, do you want me to play it for you guys, not even necessarily playing it for myself. There hasn't been any WB game news like cancels. No, nothing. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. Maybe tease Carnage. Oh, man. Would love to your pitch on Open World Pirates game. I think I remember you talking about it on Twitter. Oh, yeah. I've pitched it once. I think I made a video like 3 years ago. Long time ago. Back when Pirates 5 was... Maybe it was 4 years ago. Jesus. It was a while ago. I pitched an open world Pirates of the Caribbean game. I could definitely do it again. Let me write it down. I can't steal pitch meeting because that's copyrighted, written, whatever. I love pitch meetings on YouTube. What's his name? Shoot. Hi. Jeremy? Is it Jeremy? What's his name? The guy who does pitch meetings. He's great. But no, all I want in life is a Pirates open world game. Not even Pirates of the Caribbean, to be honest with you. I just want an open world Pirates game that's a mix of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Skull and Bones, Sea of Thieves. I just want that to mix them all together. Can we not do that? I guess not. That's an example. Like Hogwarts is an example of the game's going to sell so well, and I don't think gaming journalists really understand it. Pirates, I think, is kind of similar, where it's like I don't really think many people understand the appetite and what you would get from a general gamer perspective if you made an open world pirate game where you played as a pirate. You got quests. It's like The Witcher, open world. You could sail, sink ships, raid ships, all that stuff. But there's also on-land sword fighting combat. You do main quests. You do side quests. You trade. Like, do you know how many people would buy that? It would be, you can look at Sea of Thieves, and even when they did Pirates Life, the Pirates of the Caribbean, you can look at the sales for that as a good example. Black Flag is loved by a lot of people, and it's sold very well. It's not hard. It's hard to make the game. I'm sure it's expensive to make the game, but if you did, any developer out there, I promise you, you would make your money back easily. Easily. It's not even fair. What game are you most excited to play between Hogwarts and God of War? Hogwarts. That's a tough one, but I got to go with my gut. How many games do you think they'll reveal at the PlayStation Showcase? Reveal, like for the first time? I'll say 5. I'll say 5. 5 brand new, big or medium-sized games. And maybe that's not a lot for some people. Fair. but I feel like that means you have to go over a lot of the stuff you already did. Spider-Man, Pragmata. You could do more Final Fantasy. You can make deals. You can announce like a partnership there. You know what I mean? And like the Deviation game or the Fire Sprite game, like those are kind of already, I mean, they're not known in what they are, but we know they're making one. So does that count as one of the 5? Tough. Do you think Bane should be in? I'm a big Bane guy. So I wouldn't be upset. Amy Hennig game at D23. Oh, that'd be fun. Hope maybe. I feel like the Star Wars game is first though. Didn't they announce that? No, I'm wrong, right? Was the Marvel game the first thing they announced from her, and then they just announced Star Wars? So yeah, Marvel I think would maybe come first. Yeah, maybe then. Have I missed the Hogwarts news? No, I've talked quite a bit about it. Well, yes then. Well, there really is no news. I've just talked. The story trailer and gameplay trailer the Rocksteady dropped long ago looked much better in every aspect than anything we saw from Gotham Knights till this moment. I'm so excited for Suicide Squad. Fair. They're different games. I would counter. But I'm sure there's people that are into one that is not into the other. I would be sure of it. The Hippogriff riding was in the state of play, by the way. Yes. I know that. Mixing spells would be nice, but not fitting for Hogwarts. They didn't show us Ravenclaw Friend because I think there were a lot to find and not just those 3. They could have not shown us it because there's like 2 per each house, or there is only 4 and they're just hiding 1. Like it's one or the other, to be honest with you. I don't mean to bring this up, but there's an account on Twitter that is constantly reposting an article surrounding the controversy about Hogwarts Legacy. People just don't like this game. That's constantly yeah, I mean, I would tell you to ignore it, even though I really don't ignore it, right? I mean, some things do fly over me, but it's just the way it is. The game's gonna succeed, and these losers are gonna fail. That's what's gonna end up happening. Do you think wand customization would be good? It would be good, but you can't break the lore. So I think like handles of your wand would be different, but not the. Like, you can't change wood type once you get the wand. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Or material. I don't think you could do it. So, yeah. Catherine was totally awesome, and I'll have to try Persona 5. I love me some JRPG. Oh, yeah. Persona 5 is one of the best out there. Strikers is obviously a different kind of game, but they kept the story. Like, the story and characters of Strikers is also very good. And it's just a different kind of gameplay experience than 5. You would love, if you loved Catherine, you would love Persona, without a doubt. So, yeah. Alex spitting facts. That's what I try to do in life. You think Knights gets delayed? No. Like I said, whether it looks good or bad, it's totally fine. Like it doesn't, it's fine to think either way. It's not going to it's going to come out. It's going to come out, and then it's going to do what it does. If it bombs, it bombs. If it disappoints people, it does. If it's good, it's going to come out though. And it won't be delayed. I don't think it will. Currently playing Black Flag. What's your favorite AC game? I've always debated between 2 and Brotherhood. I think I got to go with Brotherhood. Brotherhood 2, Revelations, Black Flag for the ship, 1, 3 I hate. I hate 3. So yeah. Also, Alex, I watched the AutoDesk presentation thanks to someone that posted on YouTube. Thank you. Wait, why did I say thank you? Well, that's good. I was worried to do that because well, we were told not to. so I'm glad they haven't struck anybody. But no, it's good that people were able to see it. And there's a lot of things related to the characters, how they were built and all, which is interesting to me. Nice, yeah. Yeah, there was some good stuff in that. And then there was also some technical stuff in like how you make a video game that I don't understand, but I'm sure some people got value from that. What games were you unsure about? Digimon Survive. Scarlet Nexus, which I actually ended up getting because of Game Pass and I liked it, but I wasn't sure. Mario Golf. Was that it? That was maybe it. 4 games in my whole YouTube career I've said that about. And that's, I mean, I only started the series like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It's really good. I'm glad I came up with the idea and it really just sprung to me. And then the video started doing well, and I love that series. People ask me about that series and to do it on other games, so I like it a lot. Have you thought about doing videos of older games and why we should replay them? Yeah. Well, I have. Not necessarily titled like that, but when I made the video on Catherine, I did a video on Catherine, which is kind of promoting it. I did one on Days Gone. I did one on What Remains of Edith Finch. Those are all games that are not new, so yeah. I like that. And the way I titled Days Gone was different than the rest, so maybe I'll start doing it like that. Like, I don't want to copy, because, like, I know there's a lot of channels that do it. I love Maddie Plays, Mr. Maddie Plays, or Retro Rebound, which is his second channel. I love that second channel. And I think his titling is, I finally played X game in 2022. Something like I don't want to copy word for word the format of other people, but I do want to make those kind of videos where I talk about old games in an essay or retrospective. But I have done. I'm doing it. Like I've been doing it. I'm trying to come up with the next game I want to do. Hopefully it'll be Assassin's Creed Origins. Actually, that's probably the next one. But yeah, the issue is some of them do really well and some of them bomb and nobody watches them. So that's the. And maybe Nerdy Giant, maybe you haven't seen them. I have a playlist. Actually, it's very easy for anybody to see those. I have a playlist. If you just go on the channel, you can watch. I think I've done 7 or 8 of them, so that'd be fun. But yeah, I like the suggestion. It's just that I am doing my own version of it, I guess. You should look up Black Myth Wukong and Lies. Yeah, Black Myth is a little crazy. A little crazy. Doesn't really seem like it may ever come out. All right, I'm going to try to rifle by these last ones, and then I'm probably going to head off here. Did you see the notation about the Battle of Hogwarts? I did. I don't know if there'll be a battle. They could be cosmetic things. They don't have to be events. So, could there be a battle? Yes. Will there be? I'm sure there'll be a battle in Hogwarts, or a battle of, but not the scale of the movies. Or the book, you know what I mean? Like, not that. Currently playing the Uncharted series. Oh, my God. You're in for a ride. I personally love 3. I like 3 more than 2. So that's fun. That's awesome, though. I love to see Wonder Woman at the Game Awards. Same. Do you watch Cobra Kai? I do. I love Terry Silver is awesome. I love Kreese. Obviously, the originals. Yeah, I love Cobra. I cannot wait for Season 5. I think Alex talked about... Yes. Have it at the end of the game. Yeah, well, I'm a little behind, but I did answer those questions. Hogwarts Legacy, Moonstone Theory, Reddit. I'll have to look into it because people have suggested that about it. I just don't know what it is, so I'll have to look it up. But I've written it down, so I will try to get to that. If Hogwarts would be pushed back to 2023, do you think they would have already announced it? No. I think it could be delayed as late as also, like, when we get the date could also be the same time they would announce a delay. I'm pretty convinced it's coming out this year, but if it does get delayed, it's not too late to do it if you're thinking about it like that. But I am confident it's releasing this year. Do you think Batman will actually be dead? No. I'm still going to stick with that. I don't think he's dead. Oh, or a Descent of Merlin. Okay. I know. I've heard things of that. Will there be villains in the main story and side in Gotham Knights? I think there'll be like Court of Owls is the main, everybody else's side. And I've talked about the other side. Did you see that canceled PS3 360 Pirates of the Caribbean game? I don't know. Have I? There's like the Armada of the Damned. Is that the MMO one that was canceled? But I don't think that was for PS3. I think that was only for computer. So maybe I am missing a Legacy Pirates game. I'll have to look into it. Canceled PS3 360 Pirates of the Caribbean game. Let me write it down because I've never heard of that. Let's see. That's a shame. That's honestly a shame if that's true. Would you? I would like to know your thoughts on temporary buffs for Hogwarts Legacy classes. What the countdown? Do you mean like countdown UI show? Do you mean classes as in, like school classes? Because I do think they could give you buffs, or you could learn things faster. But if you mean like the class of your character, then that would be a whole separate thing. Dude, totally agree with you on the open world pirate game. Thank you. I mean, just Kickstarter me the money, and I'll put together a team like you've never seen before. Oh yeah, the Joker 2, that should be an interesting one. That should be an interesting one. Do you have my abo? What is an abo? Do you enjoy? I don't know what that is. Do you enjoy multiverses? Yes. September 9th, 2022. Yeah, I knew it was September. Cannot wait. What do you think of Cobra Kai? Favorite season? 2 or 4? Mine. Do you think they should make a Cobra Kai game? I'd love a Cobra Kai game, but almost like a Telltale game, like episodic. I think that'd be fun. Or you could do a more Arkham style fighting kind of. I think that would also be fun. What is your wand core? Mine is Thunder. I don't think I know mine. Honestly, don't think I know mine, to be honest. I'd have to take the test. 3 is underrated. Do you like platforms like Super Metroid? I have Dread. I love Metroid Dread. It's a great game. Are you pro or con Cursed Child? I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't really care too much. Oh, Brick Boy, thank you again. Watch Dead Meat Kill Count. He's planning to redo the Scream movies. Yeah, in October, I believe, right? House am I? I'm Gryffindor. I'm waiting for the collector's edition. Could we not be the descendants of King Arthur? Alex, what's your theory so far for Season 5? I hope they don't defeat Terry Silver, but they could. I just want to see Kreese again. I don't think the Batman is dead. Yeah. In the same way, I don't buy Snape or Dumbledore being dead, but they are dead. They are dead. I mean, I don't buy Batman being dead, but that's not the reason why I don't buy him being dead. It's an interesting one. You and Caboose are legends. Thank you. Thank you. All right, well, I finally caught up, so, I mean, now's a great time to get the heck out of here, right, before I lose track. No, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. I know I've been doing more specific live streams as of late. I'm going to try to do a mix is my plan, for those that have been asking. I want to do these general ones where you guys can literally ask me anything. We mainly talked about Hogwarts and Gotham Knights, but I can talk about, we did Persona and other things. I can talk about many games and things. So I really like the variety streams. I definitely want to do just as many as I've done in the past. But I do want to do more specific streams as time goes on as well. So hopefully we can do a mix. Maybe we can do just more live streams in general. And like I said, I'll think about what I'm going to do for God of War 2018 if I'm going to do anything. But I really appreciate you guys spending time with me, asking me these questions. Oh my God, a super chat. Thanks, Z Monty, buddy. Do you remember the Chamber of Secrets game? Yeah. And how you had to pick your spells? I don't think so either. I agree with you. That's a fast thing. Go see. I want to see Bullet Train. I want to see it. I just don't. I'm not going to get too much into it with movie theaters. There's different stuff I'm not going to talk about right now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome weekend. Videos throughout the weekend. Got a very special Hogwarts Legacy announcement, actually. Maybe in another hour or two, I'll announce on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, and we'll do some kind of fun stuff. But lots of live streams going forward. see you for Gamescom, see you for Hogwarts, see you for Gotham Knights. And I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all on the next one.